It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we are on a mission. Now, our mission really is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, the hard working entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. On this episode, we have the one and only Kris Rodriguez. She's in the building, by the way, and she'll be talking about when purpose became bigger than my profession. What does purpose
Now,
even mean?
Shay, it's
Yes.
Hapgood. It's Hapgood. You said Rodriguez.
Oh, did I say Rodriguez? Sorry. My humblest apologies. I got to get it good. I got to get that right. My humblest apologies.
Hapgood.
I
Not a
should have written it
problem.
down. Thank you for correcting me. How are you doing today?
Oh, I feel very pleased and honored to be with you today, Shay, and on your podcast.
We're glad to have you here. You are someone I had a chance to meet in person. Some people I never meet. I only meet them through the power of these fiber optic lines, but you and I had a chance to meet in person. And thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in, because without you, well, we don't have a show, and you have a lot of choices and you choose to be here. I'm going to start off with a question that's got to be on everyone's mind is they see the word purpose, which we'll come back to. But first, purpose means different things to different people. So we can all be on the same page. When you use the word purpose, what's your definition of purpose?
My purpose is, I really believe, heart and soul, that my purpose is God given. This is my life driven. And as you know, it's what this is the purpose that I'm here for. This is the reason that God made me. And he gave me this purpose, and my purpose was to serve others and to empower others. So it's who I am. It's everything that I'm meant to be.
I love it. For the person who's watching right now, they may be thinking, all right, Shay, she talked about purpose can call you to do something bigger. How does
Right.
someone know? And this might be a loaded question because people are at different places in their life. Some people are just having kids. Some people like me, their kids are gone, they're on to another phase. But the question I do have in all seriousness, and I think it's a fair question, how would someone know when purpose is trying to pull them to something bigger? How would they even know that? How do they feel that? What are some signs they should be looking for?
Wow, that's a great question, Shay. To me, our world is very loud and chaotic, and this is where we need to be silent and listen. And for me, it was just a voice that I heard, and it was a pulling in my heart that God was saying, Kris, I'm giving you a promotion. You are going to have a bigger role to play than what you're currently living. So it's just a silent little nudge. That's how it was for me.
I like the sound a little nudge, and we're going to get into your backstory in just a moment. I know some of you are like, Shay, I see this, Kris. I understand that she's a nurse. There's a lot that she has going on. I don't know this person at all, Shay, but I like what I'm hearing so far. Give me a moment. We'll step into her backstory. But first, before I do that, I just got one question that's on my mind. Maybe I'm the only one, but if people are pulled to something bigger, why do so many folks you feel stay in their career position when that career track they're on is really no longer serving their purpose on who they're trying to become? Why do people stay so much longer? Now, yeah, I'm curious.
Well, and I was in that same position. You know, I was like, do I leave the hospital? God was like, Kris, what it was I've been a nurse for like 33 years, and then I started learning more and more, and I was like, people truly aren't making informed decisions, Shay. They really aren't. There's more to their health, and we're literally harming them. And the more that I was learning, it was like, oh my goodness, I think I have to do something about this. I need to educate others. Nurses are all about education and supporting people and empowering them. And I was not able to do that in the current role that I was playing. And yeah, then I started looking, and then it was like, okay, I need to leave the hospital. Oh, guess what? I can now become my own boss. I don't have to be working holidays if I don't want to. I have the opportunity to make more money so that I can bless others with what I want to do. It just so many more attractive things outside of the hospital and what I could be doing as an entrepreneur. So, yes, leaving the hospital was definitely cutting the cord, shoving me off the cliff,
Uh-huh.
and saying, it's time to fly. It's time
Time
to
to
fly.
fly. I like that, and I think that's a good segue. You're talking about you being a nurse to folks that are meeting you for the first time, no matter how famous you are, by the way. And again, I got a chance to meet you at Sister Leaders. I think it was conference. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Take a
Yeah.
moment, if you would. You know the question: what's your backstory? Right? Who are you? What's your backstory? And then, more importantly, what was that defining moment that you said, you know what, drawing a line in the sand, and I'm stepping into something
Yeah.
bigger that I'm called
Yeah.
to do?
Well, and like I said, being a nurse, that was a calling in itself. The God called me to become a nurse to serve others. I have a servant heart. I needed to help others and empower others. And so I did that through all of my nursing career. I became a part of the families that I served. I was actually, one of their family members. And then, when, like I said, I just started learning more and more because when you're in nursing school, you're just focused on the medical model and pharmacology and anatomy and a physiology. And this is what we do, we stay in our lane. Well, then, like I said, things started to come to me even through my own health. I had some very deep pain in my knees and grade 4 arthritis in both of them. And literally, Shay, what I was doing then is, as a hobby, riding my horse 60 miles a weekend
Wow.
competitively on a trail ride. So, in order to do that, I had to be taking lots and lots and lots of Percocets, Lortabs, all kinds of pharmaceuticals to even do that. And then when I started opening up my eyes, I'm like, what? Every time I do that, I'm harming my body even more. Oh my goodness, there's natural alternatives. My body's going to recognize that. That's where I need to be going. And it was working. So I was using myself as my own guinea pig. And then I was like, just my vision started to open up. And I go, this is so much bigger than what I am. And God then said, I'm giving you a bigger purpose. I'm giving you a promotion. And we need to stop thinking about treating symptoms, but treating the root cause. And if we treat the root cause, then we're no longer going to have the symptoms.
You know, as you were saying that, thanks for being open and transparent with us. As you were saying that and what you're called to do, might be someone that's listening and saying, I like what I'm hearing, Shay, but how was she able to move forward? And God didn't give her all the answers right away because it's a little scary, Shay. Like
Yeah.
okay, let me get this right. I'm called for this purpose and I do hear the voice. But I'm curious, when she heard the voice and the answers weren't there, because I didn't hear you say, well, he called me and he gave me all these answers and I knew exactly what I was going to be doing and what I was going to be doing. So I guess the question is, again, we'd love to get your perspective on it. How do you move forward? Trusting God, I know, is one thing. When you don't have all the answers, there's a lot of unknowns there. And that can be scary to folks like myself and others that, I'm saying we're on another side of our lifespan here. It's like, whoa, you want me to take the leap now? You should have caught me when I was 18. But anyway, you already know the question. How do you move forward when you don't have all the answers?
Wow. So I jumped and I go, okay, I can just do this. Everybody needs what I have. This is, and then guess what? It was like, what, Kris? Oh, you need systems in place. You need mentors. You need to stop thinking clinically. You need to start thinking like a businesswoman, like an entrepreneur. This was a big reality check, and I was so blessed that, like I said, I was gifted and I found a business mentor named Israel Duran. And he saw that I was pushing, 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 doing everything that I thought was correct. And then he showed me a bigger vision. And he said, Kris, this truly is what you are seeking. This is truly your life given purpose. But the reason that your message is not getting out there is because the evil one has kept you silent and has kept you in the dark because he wants you to think small. He doesn't want you to be successful. He wants to keep you in the dark. And then Israel showed me that, Kris, you are a nurse with 30 plus years, that you do have a message and people need to hear it. And this is what you need to do. So he literally changed my whole mindset and showed me how to be a businesswoman and how to think like a businesswoman and think strategy. And he lifted me up even more. So I
Great,
think
great guy.
everybody, so it has to, yeah. So it has to be a change of mindset. I couldn't keep the blinders on like, oh, think like a nurse, because that's not what it was going to be about. It was about my mission was bigger than me. People needed me. My mission was to empower others. So I needed to think that way. And like I said, having a business mentor, having someone to believe in you and to show you this direction, that was a game changer.
What can entrepreneurs do? What's maybe one or two or three steps? They said, I like it. I want to take the first step. What's the first thing they should do to know they're in their purpose? What's the second thing they should do? And what's the third thing? And if you had, it might be more steps, obviously, but what are three things if someone's watching right now, you would say, here's something to do right now. What would you recommend to that entrepreneur that's ready to step into something much bigger than what they're doing now?
Right. Well, again, you need to surround yourself with people that think like you. If you have negativity, if you've got negative people on your bus and they're saying, "Oh, you can't do this," why would you do that? You don't have a purpose. You don't have this kind of experience. Get rid of those people. Get rid of that negativity. It's just like you want to surround yourself with people that think like you, and then that will support you and drive you forward. Again, and I didn't have that really before. I mean, and that's when, like I said, my business mentor Israel showed me I had a lot more to give, and he provided that, and he surrounded me with a community of people that think like that, and it was very uplifting and very positive. So yeah, you could go, oh, you need money, you need systems, you need blah, 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 you need to have an MBA, no, no, no. You've got to have a change of mindset. This was for me, a change of mindset, and someone that really believed in me and could lock arms with me and pull me along and then shove me off the cliff and say, it's time to fly.
It's time to fly. I love that. Now you lead businesses, multiple type of businesses, right? You lead business with business empowerment. You help folks in the beauty line. You help folks in the health area. You help folks with fintech. I guess the question is for the person that says, "See, I got a lot going on." How is she able to prioritize all these different things she's involved in and still take care of herself? Because I like what she's saying. She's reached a certain point. She did all this for 31 years, and that's great. But Shay, because the reason I asked this question, let me frame it for you. We have a lot of dualpreneurs that are watching right now. They work a full-time job and they're a full-time entrepreneur, if that makes sense. And if someone is saying, I got a husband to take care of, or I got a wife to take care of, she needs to know that. I have kids, Shay, and my kids have a schedule, so I got to follow along with that. Oh, by the way, I'm like you, Shay, I'm a caregiver. So also saying, let her know I'm also involved in my community or in my church. Shay, let her know I'm back in school. Whatever the person is listening right now, the question is, they've got a lot of things they're juggling like you are. So how do you slow down? And here's the question, to take time for yourself without feeling guilty when so many other people might be dependent on you. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, Shay, if we were on a plane and it's getting ready to go down, the oxygen mask drops down. And what is our number one instruction? Our number one instruction is put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put that oxygen mask on others.
You bet.
So we have got to do self care. And our world is so filled with chaos and with just so much chaos, loud music. We just need to slow down. We do. And everybody can do this. Everybody can take 10 minutes to themselves. They can start doing, a lot of people, spiritual or not, but pray, um, do meditation, relaxation. Maybe it's just, oh, I'm driving along in my car. Well, guess what? Instead of just listening to some music, put on a podcast, or put on, something that's very motivating for you. It's like, oh, okay, I've got to run into the grocery store and get dinner tonight. Well, guess what? Before you go in there, sit in your car just for 5 minutes and take some big, deep breaths and just be grateful for the moment that you are right now. We don't have to think what I have to be doing here in another hour or two. We're here, be present in the moment that is now. Wherever your feet are, be in that moment. Be present.
Be in the moment, be present, be there. Great advice. And I think it's a great segue to a segment we have here called Today is My January 1st. Now, for those folks that tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you know what we're about to do. You might even wait to say those magical words every single night. Today is my January 1st. Happy New Year to you, by the way. And for all the folks who are joining for the very first time, welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show family. Today is my January 1st is our personal mantra. It represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It means our past, no matter how dark and gloomy that past is, or how bright and sunny the past may be for you, the past no longer equals the future. And so my question for Kris on the other side is really twofold. Number one, just when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you even hear? And number two, what was another moment in your life where there was a setback? There was some challenge. And how did you bounce back from it? And maybe your life's been perfect. So far, her life's been perfect, ladies and gentlemen. She worked 31 years over here. Then she stepped and followed her calling, got a mentor. Her life might be perfect. Maybe there was no challenges. We'll find out. But if there was ever a challenge along this journey, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah. My January 1st, Happy New Year's moment was realizing that I had a purpose outside of the hospital, that I was called to bigger things than what I was currently living. And like I said, I had a message out there. I knew everyone needed me. So I just put on my little nursing, blinders and said, just this is what I can do for you. And it fell on deaf ears. And so I pushed through. I mean, as a nurse, we're used to working 12, 15-hour days. We're used to just pushing through and using grit. And we can put ourselves on the back burner. Okay, I don't have to eat today, that kind of thing. That's how nurses, that's what we do in the hospital. And it's like, that's what I did. And then, yeah, my health fell apart. My message wasn't getting out there. My business was not successful at all. I was majorly in debt, but I had my husband believed in me. He's the one that said, Kris, when I said, I got this calling, I need to leave the hospital, honey. And he goes, do it. I believe in you. And my husband was always around me, always supporting me and praying for me and my business every day. And he's always been there for me. And again, it was learning these systems. I mean, like next month, Shay, I'm going to be 66 years old. Okay?
Whoa, congratulations to you.
Thank you. Well, but learning how to turn on the daggum computer was a huge thing. And then learning what all of this automation, these systems, these funnels, this technology, very overwhelming. And yeah, and every day my husband would come home, I'd just be in tears, going, I don't know. And he goes, it's okay, honey. You're in your 60s. You're not supposed to probably learn this. And I'm like, no, I have to. And guess what? Again, it was my mindset. It's like, wake up, you've got this. And just the Holy Spirit gave me the gift and the grit and what I want to say, the determination to make it all happen. And it did.
Congratulations to you. Here you are today doing what you do with a big smile on your face. Happy early birthday to you, by the way. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. One of the questions I like to ask when we have a few minutes, we got a few minutes now, is what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given that you might want to pass to the audience? And I'll frame it for the audience so they understand you've had a lot of mentors along this journey. You mentioned one in particular, but you had a lot along this journey of life. You probably read more books you can remember these days, I'm sure. You probably sat through more seminars that you could probably recall. But if you had to step back and say, you know what, Shay, somewhere in life, this was passed on to me, and it come top of mind to me, and I'm going to just pass it on to the audience. What would it be and why?
Wow, that's a loaded question. Um, it goes back to, yes, you've got to develop your own self. And in order to develop yourself, you got to take care of yourself. You've got to have some self-care. You just can't, you got to take time for yourself, number one. Number two is, again, I just stayed silent and I just listened and I just had doors open for me. I just prayed and the good Lord just made things happen. Um, that's all the glory goes to God, Shay. So that's just the way I am. And yes, I used to in the very beginning be like I'm in this ocean and I'm drowning. And here somebody throws, the ring of life to me over here. I'm trying to reach for it. Then somebody's throwing me something over here and I'm trying to reach for that. And I was just chaos. And it's like, step back. I've got this. And you just, instead of reacting, you've got to be more proactive instead of reactive. And that's the same with our health. So it goes back to my nursing background. We're helping people be proactive with their health, resolving their root causes instead of reacting to a new disease or a new symptom or whatever and taking a medication for it. No, when you address the root cause, your symptoms go away.
Thanks for sharing, by the way. And one of the things you mentioned that you'll be 66 next month, and so happy birthday to you again. I'm curious, what does success look for you? What does success feel like for you these days? What does success look like for you for where you are now in your life cycle?
Oh, wow. My vision is so much bigger, Shay. My vision is so much bigger. I am dreaming bigger. I've got new tools in my toolbox it's the latest, newest technology about elevating peptides and reactivating our dormant stem cells. Yes. And it's with no medications, no injections. So this is so exciting and so liberating that, man, the lives that I'm going to be impacting is so exciting. And this is a brand new tool. So, yes, my vision, oh, believe me, I have not even barely got started. I am just rimming the engines and ready to go. And I'm going to get
Ah,
my message out there.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, by the way. What do you do for fun these days when you're not out saving the world and empowering them and helping them step into their purpose? What do you do for fun?
I still have my three horses. I still ride my horses. I now do Western dressage. In fact, here in probably about 2 weeks, I'm going to try to qualify for the World Championship Western Dressage Show. I
Oh,
love to
wow.
spend time with my family, with my husband. In fact, let's see, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is our 44th wedding anniversary. So I
Congratulations
just
to you.
Thank you. Family is very, very important to me. And so spending time with them, being outside, being with my horses, doing my own thing is phenomenal. But Shay, I can honestly tell you that just meeting someone new and impacting their life, and helping them and empower them, that is the biggest joy and the biggest high that I can ever have. So, yeah, my business is not my business. My business is my purpose. My business is my joy. And it literally does not feel like work. It's not work, it's not a job. When I get all these phenomenal people that I'm working with and get to meet, this is amazing.
Well, you seem to be having a lot of fun doing what you're doing. I'm glad you're here as we come down the home stretch. Two-part question. Number one, what type of clients is your firm looking to work with these days, if any? I'm not sure if you're taking on any clients. And number two, how can folks connect with you? They've heard you talk about a lot of things you're doing. Is there a website? What should they do? How can they stay in this conversation with you over and beyond the time that you and I have right now?
Yeah. Anybody, like I said, I don't work. I take on new clients every week, but not every client or prospective client that comes to me, maybe we're not a good fit. I work with people who truly are invested in themselves. They really are ready to make a difference. They are ready to lock arms because, like I said, I'm a nurse of 33 years. I'm taking my nursing knowledge and I'm using the latest technology and I'm putting it together to make them successful. I have a framework that's called F.I.R.E. That's my foundation framework. And I have like a 45-day fast start where we are, and it's not like, it's little tiny steps and it's looking at our lifestyle and making really kind of small steps. So it's very doable, but they've got someone with a nursing background and someone that is willing to step up to the plate with them, walk every step with them, and get them successful. So, yes. So that's what I have. How can they get in touch with me? Like I said, yes, I do have a website. It's Kris with a K, KrisRN.com/FIRE, FIRE. That's my website. They can get a hold of me through any of the social media, Facebook, Instagram, the LinkedIn. I'm all on that. And like I said, I love, love, love working with people who are willing to step outside of the box. Step outside of the box. Let's think of something new and different. And, and they're listening to a voice inside them that's like, maybe I want to work with Kris because she's different. And maybe I want to impact lives like she's impacting. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let me say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I certainly appreciate it. Can't wait to connect with you again soon.
Yes, best. I can't wait to come back, and thank you so much for letting me be a guest on your podcast, Shay. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank the viewers. Thank you for tuning in because without you, well, we don't have a show. So thank you so much for tuning in because you choose to be with us. I never get tired of reminding you every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, no matter what's going on in your life, by the way, whether you're going to that next level of success right now, congratulations, or you've been hit with the punch that you never saw coming. The one thing I do believe is that today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, I still believe your best is yet to come. They ain't seen it yet. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. I'm out. Peace. We'll see y'all on the other side. Bye-bye for now.